buy altcoins. What is Joe Parys doing in the crypto market? And what was my thesis in yesterday's video? We're going to get to all of that here, but I want to first say that yes, the markets are red on the weekly. And in the rest of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you multiple different altcoins, and I'm going to be giving you some real true alpha that I've been seeing around right now. So if you enjoy these raw real videos, smash the like button, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Also, please understand I'm not a financial advisor. In full disclosure, I do hold the crypto assets that I'm going to be speaking about in today's video. So let's get into it now. It's red, it's red, it's red. And in yesterday's video, I made a video and we had some comments that, Joe, what is your thesis? You never give your insights on where the market is headed. So I did towards the end of this video, and I thought I made it very clear, but apparently I did not, okay? And I said, warning, Bitcoin going down to 20,000, altcoin crash is only the beginning. Well, let's see about that. Now, I didn't exactly think that 20,000 was potentially in the cards, okay? So, again, you got to look at and watch the video here, because what's his name says that he thinks it's going to go down to 20,000, Peter Schiff, okay? So let's get into now what is going on, though, with Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin has come back down, right? And if you look at a few different things on the charts, we need a few things to happen here. This was kind of the triangle that we've been forming right here. And we have broken out of this to the downside, right? So we have broken down out of this triangle. What we would like to have seen is that we break down, we come back up, right, into the triangle, and then we head higher, right? It's not happening at the current moment. What is happening is this. We've broken down, we kind of pop back up, right? We got that V, but now we're going to kind of, I think we're going to like squirrel around in here for a little bit, okay? Now, again, maybe we go a little lower before eventually going higher, but again, I'm going to share with you why right now I'm actually buying, not Bitcoin, but some select altcoins. And I'm going to give you some examples here and actually teach you why I'm doing it. So Elio Trades posted World War III dumped almost 4 years ago to the day after the Corona dump. So if you remember all the way back, we do a little zooming out on the charts here, all the way back to the coronavirus, this is what we got, okay? And this was quite the V if we really zoom in on the daily, right? But you can see, like, we dumped down, we came back up, then we kind of came a little bit lower, and for a few days we kind of like screwed around in here, okay? This wasn't like a down and then up only forever, right? If you look at this, one day really, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 7th day, then we started to kind of recover. So to me, I think we might be down in this capitulatory zone here for a little bit longer. It might be 7 days, 10 days, whatever it might be. But I think that that's kind of what a lot of people are thinking right now. You got Bitcoin Archive saying anatomy of a shakeout. So the world is ending, and then just kidding, and then we kind of go like this, only joking, and then we're out, right? Now, this guy Arthur has also said wars in the Middle East generally don't matter for risk assets in the medium to long term. So again, you got to zoom out a little bit, and this is our thesis here. Our thesis is a longer term horizon for where the markets are heading in the next 6 months to a year. And I'm going to explain all this again for you in a second, so it's very, very clear. So the risk to reward of buying here is extremely high, assuming March is not a cycle top. Now, again, this is important to know because the Bitcoin halving is 4 days away. So as far as a cycle top goes, there's a lot of indicators that are saying that this is not the cycle top, right? It could be, we would only know in hindsight if this continues to go lower into the rest of the year. Then this would have been the top, right? Like, well, we don't know that yet. There's not enough information to go off of, right? So we still have to see right now what the market is going to do. If the market aggressively sells off again and then just doesn't recover for the next month or two, clearly then this was our top, right? But we don't know that just quite yet. So what do we know then is we got 4 days to really figure this out a little bit, because there's going to probably be this buy the rumor selling the news of the halving event, right? So I don't know if we're going to pump into the halving. it kind of seems like we're kind of selling off into it. And the thing, though, that's really interesting to me is that the Bitcoin dominance has continued to rise, right? It went all the way up here, and now it's kind of, come down a little bit. But, year over year, the Bitcoin dominance has risen, right? So why this is important is because eventually here you can see, as of this week, the Bitcoin dominance has broken out of a 6-month consolidation period. This means that money is flowing out of altcoins into Bitcoin again. It's difficult to predict how high the Bitcoin dominance will go. So again, maybe eventually though, like see, it's breaking out towards the upside. Okay, so that's why altcoins are bleeding. All right, so you're probably like, oh, my altcoins, no, this is crazy. See, Joe lost all of his hair. I got a haircut today, so lost even more of it. But here's the drill. All right, so this is what's happening now. But what's ironic about all of this is that it's not an altcoin season. And if you go back to when I was buying altcoins, it was down here when we were like negatives, right? This was the best time to be buying altcoins. So let me give you some more data on like what's going to happen next. Okay, so where do we see things going? GCR has said, if you've been sidelined, believe this is a good opportunity to scale into high conviction tokens. If you're fully vested, just survive, right? I'm wearing the HODL t-shirt here. Just survive, hold your spot positions, and do not capitulate. Someone once said liquidations are a forced transfer of wealth from traders who needed leverage to wealthy spot buyers. I was enjoying retirement from social media, but don't want to see my brothers get shaken out when the future is still so bright. So this could be, right, this last little shakeout here that we're seeing. Okay, so we could be seeing this last little shakeout right here, right on support. So we really need to hold the support level, okay? But here's the thing. Everyone's eyeing this level, right? And traders know, like, look, if I can wick down in here, get these last guys out of there, and then finally move higher, this is a scenario, okay? I think this could happen, right? So don't be surprised by this. The other opposite thing can happen, too, is we just start slowly, like, again, like if you look at the halving a couple days away, we go a little bit here, and then after the halving, it's just lights out because there's less Bitcoin supply. So what am I doing and what are we thinking about, right? Before I tell you, smash up the like button, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for all the subscribers. 465,000 is so awesome. And again, we have to stick to the plan. This is my top 2024-2026 bull market narratives, okay? So the plan is this, all right? Here's what we're going to do and what we're looking at. We know that the Bitcoin halving is just 4 days away. And we know, according to the charts here, that every single time Bitcoin has come close to all-time highs, all right? So you go back here. Whenever we've gotten to all-time highs, we kind of slow down a little bit, chop sideways, and then we make new highs. Bitcoin has done this every time, okay? Every time. You go back here. New all-time highs, kind of like screwed around in here for a little bit, parabolic move. Same thing here, parabolic move. Now, we're in that same phase, right? Screw around in here, parabolic move. That's what we're anticipating until proven different, okay? And what that means is that altcoins are probably going to continue to bleed for a little bit until Bitcoin really reaches its peak. Now, once Bitcoin is about topped off, right, maybe in the next 6 months to a year, somewhere around there, maybe it's a year and a half, right? Because if we follow the 4-year cycles, that means between middle of 2025 and 2025 is when Bitcoin should be all the way up to maybe 100,000, maybe 150,000, right? That's what people are thinking, okay? That is our game plan until proven differently because of what we have seen from previous cycles, right? We want to use previous data to make the best decisions possible moving forward. And again, these charts don't play out perfectly like the last cycles, but they do very similar things here, okay? So maybe we go down a little bit, and then we go higher, right? What would surprise a lot of people is if we just came back down into the $20,000 zone here, right? And we just went, yeah, that would surprise a lot of people if we got, this was our bull market and that was it, right? Like, I don't think that was it because we haven't seen a crazy altcoin season where altcoins have reached all-time highs yet. And I'm going to prove it to you now. So that is what we're thinking. We're thinking here, this is a last minute shakeout for a couple of weeks, potentially, maybe longer. that then eventually leads to Bitcoin going higher, maybe breaking 100,000. And then, we go from here. Bitcoin will start to fall. The dominance will rise as Bitcoin's going higher. And then once the dominance starts to fall and Bitcoin starts to fall, that's when we get that insane altcoin season where you have meme coins going nuts, other AI projects, other crypto, gaming, whatever it might be, go crazy. So we're preparing ourselves now looking at that data, all right? So again, there's been multiple other people too saying that, hey, look, the wars typically are a good risk for reward of buying. I'm not saying that. This guy's saying that, right? This guy's saying if you've been sidelined, believe there's a good opportunity here to hold and then to add in, right? This guy got 8.6 million views, GCR did, all right? So there's been multiple people now who have said this. The data, the TA says this. So that is our thesis. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody so that you kind of know what's going on and what you're thinking, okay? So short term then, to really kind of spell this out even more, altcoins and Bitcoin, okay, could bleed out a little bit more, and we're not in an altcoin season, okay? We've reset, and now liquidity can continue to come back into the market since the liquidity was flushed out from the leverage, all right? We were over leveraged. There was too much leverage in the market. We got the flush. Now we have that continuation higher because we have, again, the momentum is in our side here, okay? This is the trend, all right? Now, until the trend is broken, right, we continue on with the trend. The shakeouts are one thing, okay? But we want to continue with the trend until it's broken, all right? And we saw that again in the last cycle. It was pretty clearly here that, yes, we broke the trend, okay? But then we had the double top happen, and then we fully broke the trend, and there was a bear market. Now, this happened because the 4-year cycle ended up right around November, December, and then a month after that is when altcoins went crazy. So altcoins are going to lag behind Bitcoin, okay? So you have some time now to start accumulating altcoins if you're bullish on the market. Now, if you think that that was the top, then everything that I'm saying in this video just doesn't make sense, and you have a different thesis. But my thesis is we're not even close to the top of altcoins because Bitcoin hasn't even topped. We have a ton of dominance in Bitcoin, and a lot of these projects are now are deeper in the red. So if you didn't get entry points in AI, gaming, meme coins, all that, I'm going to share with you some coins right now. So here's my topic, okay? From 2024 to 2026, here are the bull market narratives that have been absolutely spot on, been doing very, very well. Number 1 is AI, number 2 is gaming, number 3 is launchpads, number 4 is meme coins, and number 5 is new projects. So I'm going to give you a list of all the coins that I'm looking at right now, and I'm even going to give you some bonuses. So let's start off with AI, right? If you take a look at AI right now, you can go look at BitTensor, Render, the Graph, Fetch AI, but I already bought these coins, right? I already bought Fetch AI at 20 cents. That to me was like the time to buy it, right? So could you buy Fetch AI now at a $2 billion valuation? But this to me is not screaming, oh my gosh, I want to absolutely jump into this, right? I mean, we bought it down here. That was our entry for this one. So while I do think Fetch AI will continue to do better, and Ocean and Singularity Net are going to come together and they're going to continue to grow, I don't know if I would necessarily be looking to like find an entry in those at the current moment. One that does have my interest though is Aioz. And the reason why is because it's had a huge move up and now it's kind of making a lower high. And this crypto went all the way to $2. So I think that there's gas in the tank for this, and this could go to like a decabillion pretty easily in my opinion. It has the narrative. I've heard like virtually every single other influencer talking about this project. They've really, really built something, and the chart looks fantastic. So from this perspective, look, we can go lower here, certainly, but Aioz is one that's like a $700 million market cap, right? It's already fully diluted. Like there's some good things right here to like about Aioz, and like it's pretty easy to kind of, that one's kind of like, all right, pretty much a no-brainer at that point. Now, when it comes down to some of these other coins, it just really depends now on your risk. One of the coins that I really do like is Aitech. The reason why is because we started covering this coin in dedicated review videos right around the 6 cents mark. And the reason why I do these dedicated review videos here on this channel is to highlight these projects and to educate you. And also too, I really do believe at the time of me making the videos that they're undervalued or that they haven't even launched yet, so there's no valuation. But this one was like a no-brainer to me. And the reason why, I mean, it's at $100 million market cap now. I think this could at 5 or 10x minimally in the next, if Bitcoin does the thing that we think it's going to do. The reason why is because they have multiple things going on, but they have this buy and burn with their token that I think is really, really undervalued. And I know that the circulating supply here is at a $500,000 market cap, but this is a new crypto, right? And they're building like this entire warehouse that if it gets up and running, the demand for AI and these GPUs is so great. This is really truly a hidden gem. And it was a hidden gem at 6 cents that went all the way to 60 cents, right? And now it started to retrace a little bit, okay? So now you're getting entries to basically before it made this gigantic move up. And the chart looks fantastic. So Aitech is one that like continue to keep learning and keep studying. Another one is ChainGPT. This one also has a $100 million market cap. And again, we've been covering this coin ever since like the 16-cent mark, and this one all the way as high as 50 cents. Now, I do know that they've continued to keep building, and they also just made some incredible new adjustments to what they're doing with AI. And one of the things that they've been working on is this safeguard, right? So you can see here that in 2023, hackers stole $2 billion in security incidents, exposing major vulnerabilities in Web3. But CryptoGuard is fighting back. Download the browser extension, okay? So CryptoGuard.ai, again, is something that they've been working on. And it's like another thing that I think is very useful and super helpful. And they have an entire suite of products and services around AI. They also have an insane following and community. And they also have an insane incubator and Launchpad, which has actually been one of the best performing incubator and Launchpad so far. So those two are more like mid-cap coins at this point. But between the 100 million to the fully diluted, this could definitely 10x from here as well. I definitely think that this could certainly do that in the height of the bull market. Now, the ChainGPT and Aitech, when AI, the NVIDIA conference and everything was going crazy, those were like some of your best performers, right? So that too gives me confidence to talk about them now because the charts still look great. They're intact. They're still up, right? Like even on this dip, it's only down 3% today. That's nothing. But this was, very parabolic, right? It needed to cool off. Like all these coins needed to cool off. It's just part of a healthy market structure, okay? But this to me, if we start holding around this area here, kind of like previous all-time highs, kind of where people are targeting right around this area, that to me is going to be very bullish for this project. It could go a little bit lower and kind of chop around, but between that, something to keep an eye on between those two, okay? I'll mention a couple other projects here that I really personally, I've talked about a few different times, but I really do like. GTprotocol is one of those. If you look at GTprotocol's chart, this one all the way as high as $4, $5, and now also has cooled off and has come back down. So this is a much smaller market cap though, only at 18 million with a fully diluted of 158. So talking about a 10x from here, 180 million, that would put it, in the realm of market cap between Aitech as well as ChainGPT. So these three right there are something to kind of like keep an eye on. Layer AI is another one. This one too, market cap's only $11 million, but this chart looks fantastic, right? So they migrated their token. So there's not as much price history to share with you here on CoinGecko, but that's definitely one to take a look at. And you definitely have more tokens as you get riskier and riskier down the list here, right? And there's lots of other tokens that we've talked about on the channel. So I'm going to leave that there for you. But these are ones that like I'm eyeing that have shown strength and resilience that are still like performing pretty darn well in the market and not down as much, right? Like they're down, but all the coins are down 20, 30, 40, 50%, right? So those are some AI crypto coins there for you right now. Now let's talk about gaming. All right, let's get into gaming. I gave Gala as a hidden gem. I still think it's a hidden gem. And I understand that there's a lot of controversy with this still, but again, this is one that it trades sideways forever like it did in the last cycle, and then just absolutely goes crazy. Now, this is a much higher market cap at 1.5 billion. So to me, there's, yeah, how high could it really go? Could this 10x? Yeah, this could definitely 10x from here. That wouldn't even put it at all-time highs. So this is down 95% from 2 years ago. So you might say, well, that's not very strong and it's down a lot, right? Like you could say all of those things, but to me, like the redder something is, that means that there's a higher potential for it to go up. If you're looking at a coin, just as an example, like BNB is like almost at all-time highs right now, right? Like same with Solana almost, like they were almost like this 19% off its all-time high. Like what's the risk reward there? You know what I mean? So here it's like, yeah, there's greater risk and it's a $1.5 billion market cap compared to like 80, 90 billion. But to me, there's also like that potential for like, you know, greater upside. So the Gala is definitely one to pay attention to here in this cycle. Illuvium is another one that I really, really like. The reason why is because their gameplay looks insane. And if they were able to do this without a working product in the last cycle, I can only imagine what they're going to be doing in this cycle. And it really hasn't, nothing's happened in crypto gaming yet. The narrative hasn't gone off yet. It's like when the narrative goes off, that's when these coins go crazy. It hasn't happened yet. So Illuvium, to me, there's like multiple things going on there that I really, really like. If you're looking for a new coin, this Pexels one is got a really high fully diluted, but the market cap now has certainly come down a lot. So crypto gaming, I think, is really undervalued right now. These coins just haven't caught their bid. And another one that we talked about, which we ended up buying publicly here on YouTube, which has not been the greatest buy, was Heroes of Mavia. This has gone down considerably. So it had its huge market like push here, and we ended up buying right around this like $7 mark. So this, in hindsight, right, has not been the greatest buy. And, you know, the only thing that you could do is if you buy right here is like you could just dollar cost average as it continues lower if you still have conviction. But this now has an $86 million market cap. When crypto gaming comes back, this is one to keep an eye on. Another one that I would definitely keep an eye on, if I can find it here in our list, I don't know if I passed it, is Superverse, okay, or Super. So this is one, if you missed an entry on, this one's recovering big time. So if you look in the last week, like this went down to 77 cents and it went all the way back to $1. It's come back down, but like this is strong recovery. People want this one. Okay, so $442 million market cap, a lot of strength. If, you know, the people who are sidelined on this, who wanted it down here at 50 cents, they're probably like, okay, I'm not going to get 50 cents, but I'll take 77. Good enough, right? And that's why they've been bidding it up. So Superverse is another one that's definitely on my radar. You know, Immutable X too, right? But this is like, again, $2 or $3 billion market cap. Like those are like more the blue chip ones. If you want something more like super speculative, you know, I would just keep going down the list here and seeing what it is that you're trying to look for and what your risk tolerance is. But for the moment, those are the ones that have caught my attention, and there's going to be a lot more. There's a lot more of these new projects coming, and I think that gaming just hasn't caught its narrative yet. AI caught a narrative and it went crazy. Meme coins caught a narrative and it went crazy, and so did Launchpads. So let's go into Launchpads next and take a look at some of those Launchpads. You can see, again, my favorites so far, ChainGPT, and then I would say Decubate. Both of these have a very similar tiered system, and ChainGPT has had a 5x ROI return for like every project, which is awesome. So if you literally just blindly invested in every project, you would have done 5 times on your money, which is pretty insane. Decubate has done 7x. So we're going to be talking more about Decubate. I am an ambassador with them now, so full disclosure there, as well as with ChainGPT. But these ones have done very, very well. Dexcheck also has done very, very well. So yeah, I mean, these are the ones that have caught my attention. Seedify is another one that's done very well, especially for gaming, if you're looking for gaming. And the one that's really kind of been a sleeping gem here that we will also continue to keep doing more due diligence with is Ape Terminal, and that's because it's just outperforming a lot of the other incubators right now. So is Oxbull. DAOmaker also has just incubated a lot of projects, so but they've, you know, been profitable. And that's what you're looking for, right? Like a majority of these incubators and launchpads, they're all profitable, right? AI TechPad 2, 3.45x. And that's like when we're not even in altcoin season yet. So like to me, it's like this is kind of just like little gains right now. This is just entry points. But if you look from the strong perspective, Decubate for 7.45x is very impressive. You also have Ape Terminal, Oxbull, and ChainGPT pad here at 5x. It's very, very, and Dexcheck pad have been very, very good as well. So if you don't know about these, keep doing your research, right? And if you go to centralized launchpads, Binance has been #1 here at 20.93. They incubate some insane projects. Polygon Matic was one of those that did over 300x. Gate.io, they also incubated like Axie Infinity. And yeah, I mean, they've done fantastically at the Binance launchpad. Bybit, KuCoin also have done pretty well. And then from there, a lot of these other ones have kind of struggled a little bit. But I do think that more of the centralized ones will do very well. And then as far as ICO, alt launchpads, there's really nothing here. So CoinList might be one to take a look at here. They've performed pretty well with the projects that they've incubated. But for me, those are kind of the places to start looking, and then start looking at what projects they're going to be incubating, okay? So the current average ROI for this compared to the average ROI, all-time high average ROI, right? So again, if you start looking at all these different launchpads and incubators, you can see Ape Terminal, right? 10x, 33% or 33x from all-time high. And if you look at another project like Decubate, 7x, 18x all-time high. So again, this is an amazing website. It's called cryptorank.io, and it really helps you navigate what are the best launchpads out there right now. And this is just what I've seen. And I'm a huge incubator and launchpad guy because it helps you guys get early access into things. Now, in tomorrow's video, we have a new DAO that I'm going to be sharing with you that I believe is going to help you find and vet these new projects. And they have a special deal and sale going on. So that's in tomorrow's video. It might be later in this week where we're going to kind of find, a place for that, but that's coming soon. So now going back to more video, content, let's talk about the meme coins, right? The meme coins typically run the hardest. At the top, Dogecoin is your North Star. If Dogecoin is performing well, then Pepe is going to perform well, then Shiba is going to perform well, then all the other meme coins are probably going to perform well. So we saw Dogecoin go from 8 cents all the way as high as 21 cents and now cool off for a little bit. And again, it looks like it's just trading in this range here now. It was ranging in here for like years, okay? And it broke out of this range. So that means to me that like we're still accumulating before we make another leg up. And here's the thing. If you think that Dogecoin is going to make new all-time highs, you better believe a lot of these other meme coins are going to go crazy. So what would they be? Well, Dogwifhat is a coin right now that I did not have exposure to, that I am dollar cost averaging in at this moment. This is the one that I have because I don't have exposure to it. I have Dogecoin, I have Shiba Inu, now I'm getting Dogwifhat, I have Pepe, I have Floki. I haven't gotten any bonk quite yet, and I think it's because I'm getting the Dogwifhat first, because this to me, at a $2 billion market cap, I believe that this could go to a $20 billion market cap. Shiba's at 12, right? So even if we're going to Shiba's market cap, that's a 6x. And then Doge is at 20. So right there, that's a 10x away from both of those market cap. Now, if Doge you think is going to 5 or 10x, right? And I don't know if it will 10x, but let's say it 5x's from here, right? You're looking at a $100 million market cap. For a Dogwifhat, it's pretty easy for it to get to $5-10 billion at that point. So that one to me is worth it. Pepe as well, right? Then you just go down the risk curve, okay? The other emerging like top meme coin has to be Brett. We gave you Brett in our video at 3.8 cents. And this one to me is the #1 on base right now. And this chart looks incredibly healthy to me. And it actually hasn't sold off super aggressively. There was a couple sell-offs that were aggressive and it got bid right back up. So out of all the memes on base, this is one to look at. Now, the next one I'm going to start potentially accumulating at some point is Pups. I think this is a little overheated right now. And I kind of pointed out the top in a video that I made in my VIP group about this. And I think it's because the runes ordinals are coming out at Bitcoin halving in 4 days. And I think there's actually going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news. So you can see this is like the weird thing is the market cap and the total supply and circulating supply here. But what's interesting is like, look, if this is going to be the number one like meme coin on ordinals on the Bitcoin network, this is still lagging way behind the other meme coins. And I think there is incredible upside, right? And this seems to be that chosen one. Book of Meme kind of gets lost in the shuffle for me. I know a lot of people were bullish on this, but to me, I don't know what to do with this one. So I would maybe accumulate a little bit of this because it's down 40%. It's down the most of them all. But I just don't know like what the narrative for Book of Meme is going to be to like drive it to those crazy valuations. Where Brett is, you know, Pepe's best friend. So that's an easy narrative, and he's blue on the blue Coinbase blockchain, right? Green, blue, right? So like it just, I don't know. These things are very simple and easy for me to understand, and he's proven himself to me now at a $500 million market cap, right? So it makes it easier for me to believe that if he can go from 500 million, he can go to 2 billion. That's a 4x from here, right? And if Pepe goes 4x, then Brett could 8x, right? Like, you got to start thinking of that, but then the risk gets higher. So what are some other ones? You have Trump for the election, certainly. This one's, you know, $100, $200 million market cap. You have the WEN token, right? If you're bullish on Jupiter, this is one to start looking into. Myro, right? I think some celebrity talked about Myro. Popcat is another one. Doge. This is one that's performed very, very well. I am going to be looking to personally accumulate this. And this is over on Dogechain. This is the number one meme on Dogechain. So I'm giving you some extra alpha here, but this has performed very, very well. I wish I would have figured this out sooner. But yeah, that's one that's done very, very well. Then you keep going down the list, and there's so many other meme coins now that it's pretty crazy. But I have shared a few of them in my VIP program. One of which is Resistance Dog, which is literally breaking new all-time highs as we speak. It went up to like $1.20 here. This is all while the market's crashing. So you want to talk about a strong meme coin? Resistance Dog's over on the Ton, the Ton blockchain, which is Telegram's blockchain. And this is the leading one there. In the last 30 days, up 600%. I ended up buying and accumulating this literally down in these lows here. So full disclosure there, like I'm holding a nice position in this, and like my investment's doing quite well. And the thing is like all you need is a couple of these to do very well for you, then you're going to do very, very well for yourself, right? So those are the meme coins, right? And you might be looking for new coins and other hidden gems. If you're not following me over on Twitter, make sure to do so, because every single day I'm going to be posting more of these hidden gem alerts, okay? And Script Network has definitely fit the bill for that one for me. And it's because of the market cap, and it's outperforming the market right now still. It's back down to where we talked about it in our video, which was right around this 3 to 4 cent mark. It made new highs at 5 cents and has then come back down and is consolidating on top of where like the previous all-time highs were at. So this is an $8 million market cap, 34 million fully diluted. They have a dual token system. You can actually watch real TV for free right away. Like, I don't know. This is supposed to be like the next big AI DePIN kind of play here. And it reminds me of Theta. And Theta is literally at a $2 billion market cap, right? So Theta forever just didn't do anything, and then it just skyrocketed, right? Like these coins can do this, where it's like this is at 8 or 9 cents, the entire bear market, and then all of a sudden just rockets to $12. Like how high this went was just crazy, okay? So to me, looking for those hidden gems, this is one that like the team is doxed, solid team, no one's talking about. There's a new coin for you, okay? Just giving you an example of what I'm going to be posting even more now on my X account, okay? So if you are following me, thank you so much. We're approaching 100,000, so I really do appreciate your support here. All the links are down below. Follow there. And I also want to share with you some more new coins that we're going to be talking about here on the channel that will be launching and coming very soon. So if you have enjoyed this video and it kind of gives you an overview of what we're thinking about, this is what I want to share. And also, if you haven't joined VIP yet and you want even more altcoins, I share even more exclusively what I'm buying, when I'm buying here. And I talk about the higher risk, more speculative coins, because some of these are like really, really low market cap. And, you know, the sizing and the understanding needs to be appropriate for them, as well as like the psychology, right? Because a lot of you, like if you were to find out about a, $100,000 or $200,000 market cap coin, you wouldn't know how to appropriately even invest in that, right? Because a lot of the time there's a lot of slippage, and then there's a lot of like you have to go to different exchanges and like all of that. My course teaches you how to do all of this, okay? So we may be in closing enrollment very soon as well. And I just want you to know that yes, my students have done very, very well in the last bull market. In fact, we had one student become a millionaire in 6 months. Many of my other students ended up making thousands of dollars. One student ended up winning the car. And again, everything is documented here in the program, as well as on YouTube. We have documented all of our success. So if you've enjoyed this video, smash up the likes, click the subscribe button. We're almost at 466,000 subscribers. More videos coming soon, more altcoins coming soon, big videos this week. And now I believe is the time to continue to keep studying right before the halving. Keep watching the charts, keep coming back to the channel. We'll see you more in future videos.